All right, good morning, boys and girls. Today we're going to get started on our reading comprehension. And these are the essential questions for today. I need a volunteer. Can I have a volunteer, please? Tani, thank you. Tani, can you please pass these out to the class? And I'll pass these out. Keep these ones. I'm passing out to you face down. This as well. All right. So today we are going to be reading a short story, and we're going to be looking at different vocabulary words. Some words you may not know, some words you may not be familiar with. So today we're going to be looking at vocabulary. Just let me toss up these pencils. So can I have a volunteer to read the focus questions?
Hey Mom, that's mine.
Do I have a volunteer to read the focus questions on the board? Number 1. Tala, can you read it?
Why is Cinco de Mayo important to Mexicans' culture?
Okay, so why is Cinco de Mayo important to Mexico's culture? If you don't know how to answer right now, don't worry. By the end of the class, you should be able to answer it. Can I get a volunteer to read question number 2? Mossy, thank you for volunteering. What does question number 2 say?
Why does Texas have a long Mexican heritage?
Thank you. And if you help out in class, you get a golden ticket. And at the end of class, there will be prizes. So you're going to write your name on your golden ticket. Good job. Thank you. Can I have a volunteer for question number 3?
What?
Tani, thank you. Mom! A little bit longer. Your mom's going to help you. Go ahead and try to read it.
Choose the vocabulary words.
Choose vocabulary words
And describe how.
and describe how
We can use the content
we can use the content
of the sentence
of the sentence
to define the meaning
to define the meaning
of the word.
of the word.
Okay, so today we're going to work a little bit backwards. You guys can go ahead and turn over your short stories. All right, so let's read the title. Lonnie, can you read the title for me?
Cinco de Mayo.
Okay, so this is what the story is about. You can take a guess just by reading the title, Cinco de Mayo. Is anyone familiar with Cinco de Mayo? Who's heard of Cinco de Mayo? Raise your hands. Okay, you guys heard of it. So now can you guys tell me what Cinco de Mayo is?
May 5th.
May 5th, okay, good. That's the English translation. May 5th, Cinco de Mayo is a Mexican holiday, so it is in the language of Spanish. Talia, can you tell me something else?
We get tacos.
Taco de Mayo.
What kind of food do
Taco de
people
Mayo.
celebrate Cinco de Mayo with?
Taco de Mayo.
That's funny.
Tacos? Good. Okay, here's your golden ticket. Make sure you guys write your names on your tickets.
We only got one ticket from you.
Okay, I know we're excited to start reading, but we're going to get started with this. This is called a graphic organizer. So can you guys bring this one out? All right, so we are going to define only 5 words. Here's your vocabulary words here, and we're going to do the first one together so we know how to do it. So the 5 vocabulary words today are stampede, invaded, heritage, annual, and infantry. So today we're going to get started on this one. So everyone, you can write your names and your date on yours. And I'm going to go ahead and get a marker.
It's the 19th, I think. Is it? Yeah.
This one don't look.
6/19.
We are going to come back to this in just a second. Okay, so let's start with the first word. The first word is stampede. So stampede, you are going to write the word under keyword. So stampede is going to go here in the first box.
Oh.
Oops, it's okay.
Stampede.
Awesome. And can anyone tell me what the second box says? Talia?
Dictionary definition.
Dictionary definition. Good job. Here's a golden ticket.
Another one.
So we are going to use a dictionary to help us define these words. And so today, instead of using a regular dictionary, we're going to use the Merriam-Webster's Learner's Dictionary. So you guys can go ahead if you want to follow along or just watch. You can watch first. so this is what it's gonna look like. It's gonna be this one, the Merriam-Webster's Learner's Dictionary. So you're gonna click on this one. And then in the box, we're gonna put the word we're looking for. And the word is, let's say it together, stampede.
I think you spelled that wrong. Did you spell that wrong? Is it stampede or stampede? No, I think it's an A.
Did I put an E?
Yes.
I think it's an A.
Wow. No, I'm sorry. Teacher, did you? I believe you spelled that wrong. You can double check.
Let's double check that.
Oh, I spelled it right here.
Did you spell it right?
supposed to
All
run
right,
my
let's
paper.
double check. S-T-A-M-P.
Stampede.
Oh, it is. Masi, thank you for catching that golden
I get a
ticket.
golden ticket.
Good job. Keeping the teacher on track.
Okay.
Now
So I write my name on this?
So here we are. So here's the...
Mom,
Yes, Talia.
can I write? What's this?
We're going to do the first one together, and then you will do it with your partner.
That's my same name.
Okay? So stampede. An occurrence in which a large group of frightened or excited animals or people run together in a wild and uncontrolled way to escape from something, get out of a place, etc. So when we do our papers together, under this column, we're going to write that definition here. This is the one from the Merriam-Webster's Learner's Dictionary. So if you guys would like to, go ahead and take a second and write the definition down here.
What's the condensed version of that?
Just
Run together in animals. Okay.
great job. Great job. Yes, you're just copying this one right here.
Run
On that box.
in an uncontrolled way.
Good job. Good job.
Found it in an uncontrolled way.
And pencils down whenever you're ready. So I can see who's still working and if you need more time.
Uncontrollable way. Nope, you did that. In an uncontrolled
While you're doing that, I will fix it. Stampede. Nice catch, Masi.
Uncontrollable?
Thank you, Mom.
Okay, looks like everyone's pencils are down. All right, so we're gonna put your
Do you
definition.
have one?
Okay, go ahead and keep writing. So you're gonna put your definition down. So when I think of stampede, raise your hand if you've seen the movie The Lion King.
Oh, yes.
Woohoo! Okay. So every time I watch that movie, I cry and I cry.
Oh,
The reason
yeah,
why
me
I
too.
cry is because Mufasa died. But how did Mufasa die? Does
Because
anyone remember? Tani.
because his brother, because he uses claws to hurt his paw.
Yes, but what was coming towards him that he had to get out so much? So fast?
His claws.
The claws. Yes, his brother hurt him with the claws, but there was something racing down.
What's
Talia,
that?
can you tell me?
He fell down and then he fell in the fire and he died.
Fell in the fire. Talia, can you help her out?
There was the stampede that was coming towards him.
There was a stampede of animals. So Mufasa was trying to save his son when there was lots of animals running down. Stampedes can be very scary because if they're coming towards you, they can kill you. So they can be very, very scary. So in my definition, I would put when Mufasa died in The Lion King. So every time I think of the word stampede, I will think of Mufasa. So you guys can put your own definition, whatever you think of when you think of the word stampede. So you can just put Mufasa. I'll help you, don't worry.
Can you trace it?
Yes. Excuse me.
Can you see through when you're
Stampede of bulls?
So go ahead, Ty. You had another example. Can you share that with the class?
I know what the first one is.
the episode of Phineas and Ferb where they were riding on the bulls, the group of stampede, the bulls, like stampede of bulls.
Oh, great example. Good job. You got a golden ticket. All right. And then the last column, I'm going to pass out some markers and you guys can draw a picture of associated with that word. So you could draw a stampede of people running. Let's say there's a lot of people running from one area to the other. That's going to be a stampede of people, and that can also be very scary and very dangerous. There could be a stampede of animals, or can anyone think of anything else of a stampede? Lonnie? Is there anything you can think of?
Mom, I don't want to see your picture.
Look at perfect running character. Do a lot of them. Just like that.
Don't be in Jumanji.
So you guys can draw your picture. I'll give you about 10 more seconds. Awesome. Your pictures are looking great.
Oh, I know an ostrich.
I know what I'm drawing.
Good job. I'll give you about 5 more seconds. You're gonna start finishing up your pictures.
Rhino.
What is that?
Awesome job. Okay, so right now, since you guys know how to fill out this chart, I'm gonna go through and you're gonna work with a partner. And you and your partner are gonna do the dictionary definition. You guys are gonna come together and write your own definition, and you guys are gonna do an example of a picture. So I'm gonna go around and assign you guys a word, and then in about 5 minutes, someone from the group is gonna come up and teach the class their word. Okay? So your guys' word is gonna be this one.
Okay.
Your word is gonna be this one.
Do we have to go on our phones?
Yes, during this time you may talk with your partner. I just don't want it to get higher than a level 2 volume. So you may talk with your partners. You may use your electronic devices to go to Merriam-Webster's. I'll write it here. Merriam-Webster's Learner's Dictionary.
Okay.
You guys may talk with your partners. It doesn't have to be silent. It could be a level 2.
Alright, and David, and you're gonna go present, okay? And David, let's see if we got it right there.
Great job. So your word is annual. Good job. You guys,
And David,
nice job.
okay, Merriam-Webster?
Good job working together.
Learner's Dictionary? Okay. What's wrong with it? Are you connected to Wi-Fi?
Good. Do you guys need
It's
any?
not loading. Let me go on my iPhone, see if it works.
Great job.
Did it load?
Yeah.
Okay, tell me what it is. Yeah.
Oh, look
You
it.
wanna write it? Write it on this. To enter a place such as a foreign country in order to take control by military force. That's a good one. To enter
You got it. So
a place
what is it?
in order, just put in order to take control by
So can you
military
guys say your
force.
word? Heritage. Can you say that? Good. Heritage. Good. You're writing the definition. Awesome job.
What's your example?
Awesome. What's your word?
An example?
Your definition.
Annual.
So your example.
Annual. Happening once a year. So can you tell me something that happens once a year?
You just say,
My
you
birthday.
just say
Yes, so your birthday is an
What's
annual
annual?
holiday. An annual means it happens every year. Good job.
and
That's a
they
great example.
own other countries and days
And
and
how you
days.
guys doing?
You're doing okay.
Awesome job.
Oh, I got a perfect picture. Let me draw a picture.
Nice word right here.
This is a map of Europe, okay? And here's Great Britain. There's like Spain. And it goes up like this. And there's Italy right here. And then there's Greece right here. Then this is Turkey and all that. And it goes up to Sweden and Norway. And this is Germany, like right here. And Germany went like this.
It looks like every group is done. Do I have a volunteer?
done.
Not yet?
Okay, you're good.
Oh, you guys still writing your picture?
Okay.
All right. Let's have.
I'm not ready.
You're not ready? Okay, I'll give you another 30
Okay.
seconds.
I want some chocolate. Can I get some chocolate?
Right now you have to wait till lunch. Sorry.
Okay, when's lunchtime?
Lunchtime's in about 30 minutes.
Okay.
And then there is chocolate. Or if you get more golden tickets, there could possibly be chocolate for a prize.
Okay, we need to hurry up with these golden tickets.
All right. Do I have a volunteer? If you're still working, you may still work.
I'm done.
Do I have a volunteer group that wants to go first?
Tony, you wanna go first?
No.
You can go first. Raise your hand. Raise your
Hey,
hand.
you guys gotta be done.
All right. Tani's group. Who's gonna present?
Tony.
Tani, you want to present today? Awesome.
You just tell
All
me
right.
what your word is. Go.
Tani is gonna go ahead and talk, but Tani, when you speak, I want to say it loud. You want to come up to the class? All right. So, what's your word?
Annual.
Annual. Good. What's your definition of annual?
Birthdays.
Whoa.
Birthdays.
Happens once a year.
Once a year. So annual. Can we all say it together? Annual. Good. Annual happens once a year. So Tani, what was your definition?
Birthdays, Christmas, Valentine's, and Easter.
Good. Why are those annual? Because they happen how many times a year?
Every day.
They happen once a year.
Every year.
Good job. Good job, Tani. There you go. Here's your golden ticket. Do I have someone else that wants to volunteer that's ready to go? You ready? All right. Awesome. Talia, can you come up to the front of the class?
You want to take her paper?
If you guys want to come as a group, you can. Awesome. All right. So please tell us your key word.
Heritage.
Heritage. Can we say that together, class? Heritage. Good. What is your dictionary definition of heritage?
It says the traditions, achievements, beliefs that are a part of history of a group.
Tani, when someone's talking, we need to listen. Yeah. Can you say it one more time?
Hey, Tony.
We got traditions, achievements, part of the history.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. What was your definition that you used?
We put Mexicans and Hawaiians have heritage.
Good. Mexicans and Hawaiians have heritage. Thank you. And your picture?
We couldn't really think of pictures, so I thought of cultures. Cultures.
That's the same thing.
Okay, that's good. Cultures, heritage, they're very closely related. Great job. You guys both get a golden ticket. There you go. There you go. And our last group. Thank you, Tamalie. All right, your keyword.
Invaded.
Invaded. Can we say invaded?
Invaded.
Good job. So your group, what was your dictionary definition?
In order to enter a place in order to take control by military force.
Oh, invaded. And what was your definition?
When Hitler invaded foreign countries during World War II.
Wow, that is a very profound definition for fourth grade. You must have a lot of history buffs at your house. Great job. What else can you tell us your picture?
It's Hitler invading Sweden and Germany.
Okay. Awesome job. You get a golden ticket. So what's the word? Invaded. So invaded is when you enter another territory that isn't yours with the intention of taking it over. Thank you. All right, so you guys have your 5 words written down. I would like you guys to take out your little short stories, please. And you guys have your highlighters
Highlighters, yeah.
here. I would like you to highlight all 5 of these words in the text, please.
Mommy, I don't know what to do.
Oh, you don't know what to do? It's okay.
Is military now?
Let me explain it one more time, guys. So you're gonna take your highlighters, and we're gonna practice highlighting key words. So when you read, this is a very good tool to keep track of the very important words or words that you are struggling with or important thoughts. So the first one is stampede. I think they're a little bit out of order, guys, so you might have to look it up. So once you find stampede, this word, you're gonna highlight it in the text. You're gonna, there you go. And so you're gonna have all your words highlighted.
Oh, y'all have a word in the round today?
I did all of them.
Okay.
I like your enthusiasm, Aussie. We'll keep those talks out for
Okay.
recess, okay?
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Thank you.
Okay, are you done? And baby.
Awesome. I'm gonna go.
Where's my jig at? Where's my jig?
I see.
Okay.
I finished.
All right. So, I'll give you guys choices. I can read to you the story. We could popcorn read, but if we popcorn read, if you read a paragraph, you get a golden ticket. But if I read, you guys just have to listen.
You read it.
I want to
Popcorn.
You want
Let's
to
popcorn read.
You want to pop? Oh, raise your hand if you want me to read. Raise your hand if you'd like to popcorn read and get golden tickets. All right, sounds good. We're gonna do popcorn reading. If you volunteer, you will get a golden ticket. All right, who would like to get us started? Talia, go ahead and get us started. And then you popcorn. After you read your first paragraph, you're gonna stop here and call on somebody else to read. Okay? Yes, go ahead. We're gonna read the first paragraph. While Talia is reading, I would like us following along. You don't have to stand up. You can sit down at your chair. I would like you following along with your text. If you find something really important, you can underline it with your highlighter. You can highlight it or circle it. It's up to you. Whatever you find important.
Because Texas was once a part of Mexico, it had a strong Mexican
Heritage.
heritage. That is why Texas celebrates the popular Mexican holiday of
Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo. In fact, many towns have cities throughout Texas have
Festivals.
festivals to celebrate Mexico's most
Famous.
famous
Military.
military victory.
Victory. All right. Who are you gonna popcorn to? Anybody you'd like.
Texas.
Tiny.
Okay, before Tani reads, I'd like to bring us back to our essential questions. Don't forget, we're gonna focus on these ones, and we did answer one of the essential questions, so I just want to read it really quick. Why does Texas have a long Mexican heritage? It is found in the first paragraph, and we'll come back to that. Keep in mind that we want to also be able to answer, why is Cinco de Mayo important to Mexico's culture? So that's what we got to be thinking about while we read. Who's reading next? Good job. What'd you call it? Tani, great job. Okay, Tani, your turn.
There's no golden tickets.
4,000 Mexican soldiers fought a much larger French army at Puebla, Mexico, on the morning of May 6, 1862, in honor of victory.
No.
Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo
Celebrated
is celebrated
as an annual
on the annual holiday.
As an annual holiday, one of our vocab words, annual means happening once a year. So don't forget that. Good. Great job, Tani. Who are you going to popcorn to? Go ahead and pick on anyone.
Tala.
Tala, go ahead and start reading, please.
The French had landed in Mexico along with Spanish and English troops to help collect debts from President Benito Juarez. When the English and Spanish made deals and left, the French stayed. They wanted to rule the Mexican Empire. The French invaded Mexico, trading from the port of crews to attack Mexico City to the west.
Great job. And can you just read one more paragraph, please?
Under the command of Texas-born General
Not funny.
born General Zaragoza and the cavalry under the direction of Colonel Diaz, later to be Mexico's president and dictator, the Mexicans waited. Diaz took his cavalry out to meet the French, and the French could not overcome the Mexicans.
Thank you, Tala. Who would you like to popcorn to?
Mossy.
Mossy, go ahead. We're on the remaining French.
The remaining French infantry tried to overpower the Mexicans, but there was a
Can you
thunderstorm.
pause really quick? Boys and girls, when someone is reading, we need to show them respect by being quiet. Okay, can you start over again, please?
The remaining French infantry tried to overpower the Mexicans, but there was a thunderstorm that frightened hundreds of cattle, which in turn started a stampede. When the battle was over, many French soldiers were wounded and killed, and the cavalry was chased away. The Mexicans had won a great victory.
Wow, there's another vocab word that you should have highlighted, stampede. And the stampede was hundreds of, what, Mossy?
Cattle.
Mommy forgot one.
Cattle?
Good. Thank you. So hundreds of cattle stampeded there. You can go ahead and popcorn too.
Tired.
Tamalia, can you go ahead and read the last paragraph?
Cinco de Mayo celebrates freedom and liberty. Many people think Cinco de Mayo is when Mexico declared independence. That is not true. Mexico declared independence from Spain on the 16th of September 1810, and it took 11 more years before the first Spanish soldiers were forced to leave Mexico.
Awesome job, thank you. And last but not least, you're gonna popcorn over to Leilani. Thank you. Go ahead and read the last paragraph.
Freedom and liberty are worth fighting for, and they are worth celebrating, especially on Cinco de Mayo. Viva el Cinco de Mayo.
Viva el Cinco de Mayo. That's Spanish for Long Live Cinco de Mayo. Long live the 5th of May.
I don't know that.
So,
Oh,
before we get started with our next activity, maybe we can go over this as a class. For 2 golden tickets. Does anyone think they can answer 1 or 2? Talia, which one would you like to choose to answer? Let's try 1. Why does Texas have a long Mexican heritage? We'll start with number 2.
Because Texas was once a part of Mexico, it has a
Long Texas heritage.
Good job.
Oh, say Texas heritage.
Texas heritage.
Awesome! So, why does Texas have a long Mexican heritage? Because a long time ago, Texas was once part of Mexico. Thank you. Tony, did you have a question? Okay. Number 1. Does anyone want to answer this for 2 golden tickets? Oh, Lonnie needs All right, so Lonnie, you were going to read question number 1.
Why is Cinco de Mayo important to Mexico's culture?
Oh, why is Cinco de Mayo important to Mexico's culture? Can you answer that in a full sentence?
It is because this is when they won against the French in Texas.
Good. It is when Mexico won the French in Texas. And what makes this battle so great? Think in your heads. There was 6,000 French and only 2,000 Mexicans. They were outnumbered. It was a huge battle that they were most likely going to lose. But what came to save them was a stampede of cattle. The stampede ran through the French forces, injured and killed many of their forces, and turned them around, and they left. And Mexico was left intact. So that is why this battle was so great, because they were outnumbered almost 3-1. And so that is crazy. Imagine for a second you're going against 6,000 people and you only have 2,000. It's a little worried. And these people, when they battle, is very violent. So that is why this is so important. Thank you. Okay, so we're gonna get ready for our next activity. Sorry guys, just give me 1 second.
When's recess?
That is such a great question. Recess and lunch are right after this lesson.
Okay.
And actually that was a great transition question. Thank you for asking. Our next class, so we will be playing a little bit of a game.
Yes.
Whoever wins the game gets to leave for recess early,
Oh,
and get all the good equipment. Whoever loses has to stay and help me clean up
is
today.
that partner?
Ooh.
Are we having partners this thing,
No,
or just-
recess, right?
Yes, we are gonna be divided into teams.
Mom, team.
Me
He
and Ty?
Yep.
Okay.
Alright,
Are you trying to
guys all
get
see?
somebody else's team?
No?
Alright, we're gonna be divided into teams. Tala, you're gonna be with Lonnie and Tani.
Okay.
Talia, you're gonna be with
Okay, high
Masi and
High
Ty.
five. Let's go.
And don't
Let's
forget, we're gonna play a little Jeopardy game. This is exactly what we read. It's gonna be in 3 categories.
You play with us.
On geography and dates, vocabulary, and comprehension. So, don't forget, you guys have your list to help you with the vocabulary, and you also have your short story in front of you you can always turn to, okay? Alright, and one more rule. You cannot shout out the answer. If you know the answer, you have to raise your hand. Okay, if you shout out the answer, I subtract those points from your total score. Deal? Alright, so team 1 is here, team 2. Oh, don't worry. Breeze
Alright.
came in.
This is scary.
It's
I'll
okay.
give you 10 seconds to come up with a team name. Team 1 versus team 2.
What do you guys want to be called? Whatever you said we're gonna be called. Huh? What's your favorite animal? People that don't speak, okay, guys? We're the
Alright, do you guys have a team name?
Blue Dolphins.
Alright, team name here.
Blue Dolphins.
Blue Dolphins versus
The Sinkers.
the Sinkers.
What does that even mean?
Cinco de Mayo. The
Oh.
Sinkers.
Wow. Anyways.
Looks like stinkers.
Alright. Who would like to go first? Ooh, tough. We'll have you guys rock, paper, scissors. Go ahead. Ready? Quickly go. That's not a one.
We're not gonna do the same time, son.
Alright. Blue Dolphins go first.
Okay.
Pick a category.
Let's go vocabulary because it's the easy one. Vocabulary. Okay. Let's go.
Vocabulary for
Say 200.
200.
vocabulary for 200. Alright, you guys ready? The traditions, achievements, beliefs, etc. that are part of the history of a group or nation, usually singular. We'll give you about 5 seconds.
Do you know the answer to that?
I like the enthusiasm. We're going to give it to Talia. We'll let her teacher answer.
It's this way.
Heritage. Is she correct?
Let me see.
Oops. Yes, she is correct.
Okay. Good job.
Heritage. Good job.
High five, Talia. Okay.
All right. Let's go to this team. Tani, go ahead and pick a category.
500.
For which one? There's geography and dates, vocabulary, or comprehension.
Okay, vocab.
Okay.
Vocabulary for 500. The part of an army that has soldiers who fight on foot.
Oh, it's their turn, Talia. It's their turn to answer the question.
Looks good. Tony's the Sinkers.
Infantry.
Infantry. Good job.
We're losing.
Awesome. All right, we're bringing it back over to Blue Dolphins.
For 500.
Geography and dates for 500.
You guys gonna play
What
like
country
that?
did Mexico end up losing the territory of Texas
Wait,
to?
let's talk. Oh my god.
This is you have to think now. This is an infer question. It didn't tell you in the story,
know
but
that
now
too.
you have to think.
Okay, come here, Talia. The United States.
5 seconds. Oh, looks like you're ready. Go ahead.
The United States.
The United States. Awesome job.
Oh, good job.
All right, we're going over to the Sinkers. The Sinkers.
Comprehension.
Comprehension 400.
Comprehension 400.
We're gonna take
What
the
does
500.
Viva el Cinco de Mayo mean? Why were Mexicans so happy on this day?
She She just said it.
Hey.
Tana,
what is
go
the number
ahead.
13? Give me my drink.
Do you need to tell
Is it
me?
long?
Go ahead.
Excuse me.
Vidas y vidas.
Long live they did.
But they don't. Hey.
Try it one more time.
What is Viva?
Long live the 5th of May, or
Okay, awesome. First part. And why were Mexicans so happy on this day?
They beat the
because
French.
they beat the French.
Awesome. Good
Yay.
job. All right. Woo! And back to the Blue Dolphins. Mossy, your turn.
Comprehension for 300, I guess.
Comprehension 300. What country did Mexico beat on Cinco de Mayo? And you have to look in your paper for the paragraph and sentence number.
Okay. Talia, do you
Let
know
me know
what
when
she's
you're
saying?
ready.
Do you know what she's saying? Read the first sentence.
Second paragraph, first sentence.
This
Are you
one.
guys ready? Talia, what paragraph and sentence number?
Is it the second paragraph?
Secret paragraph.
And
Second paragraph.
the- And the first sentence.
Person.
Second paragraph, first sentence. Can you read that for me?
About 4,000 Mexican soldiers fight the much large French army at Mexico on the morning of May 5th, 1862 in
Awesome. Yes, you are correct. Good job. All right. Thank you for giving me the whole sentence. I appreciate that. Going over to the sinkers.
Which one?
Tani, go ahead.
Geography and dates. 400.
Geography.
450.
400 for geography and dates?
Yes.
Awesome. When did Mexico gain independence from Spain? There is a paragraph and sentence number. Tala, go ahead and answer this from the sinkers.
Sorry, let me count. 6. And this paragraph 6.
Paragraph 6.
And then sentence number 3.
Okay, paragraph 6, sentence 3. Can you read that for me?
Let's see. Mexico declared independence from Spain on the 16th of September 1810, and it took 11 years before the French soldiers were forced to leave Mexico.
Awesome. So what is the date? I'm looking for a date. Tell me. Go ahead. You don't have to read the whole sentence.
September 16th.
Awesome. September 16th. All right. Going back over to Blue Dolphins.
Time to get the 500 one.
Talia, you have a guess?
Comprehension 500.
Comprehension
Yes.
500. What factor aided Mexico in the win over the French? Paragraph and sentence number. Big hint, it's one of our vocabulary words.
Let Talia read that one.
Okay.
Go ahead. Paragraph 5, sentence 1.
Paragraph 5, sentence 1. Can you read that for us, Talia?
Go down.
The remaining French infantry tried to overpower the Mexicans, but there was a thunderstorm. The threatened hundreds of passers watched the turning started a
Stampede.
stampede.
Okay, that's it. That's it.
Stampede, thank you. So what factor aided Mexico in the win over the French?
Stampede.
A stampede. Awesome. All right. Going over to team 2.
Vocab for 400.
Vocabulary
Wow.
for 400. To enter a place such as a foreign country in order to take control by military force. Tani, you want to try to answer that?
Invaded.
Invaded.
Yay! Good job, Tony.
Good job. All right, Blue Dolphins, go ahead. Ty, go ahead and pick. I think it's your turn.
Vocabulary 300.
Vocabulary 300. A group of countries or regions that are controlled by one ruler or government.
I don't know.
Oh, sorry. Lonnie, go ahead and answer.
Hurry up. Get the answer.
What's the answer,
A
Lonnie?
king.
I think Empire.
Empire. Great job.
Why did she steal our question?
I know.
But I'm the good healer.
Alright, we're gonna get. Sorry. Okay, that was my fault. I'll take it back. No points. We'll go back over to Ty.
Tell me you pick something.
Ty, your turn. Sorry, I messed up that one. Go ahead and go back over.
Geography and dates for 300.
Geography and dates for 300. What is the official day Cinco de Mayo took place? I need a paragraph and sentence number.
I know that's it. Okay,
You go, you
Salih, you want to read?
Mossy, can you go ahead and tell us the paragraph and sentence number?
Paragraph 2, sentence 1. About 4,000 Mexican soldiers fought the much larger French army at Puebla, Mexico on the morning of May 5th, 1862.
1862, Puebla, Mexico. Yes, great job. All right, we'll give you guys your points. And team 2, restroom? Yes, go ahead. Go ahead and go to the restroom. We're going to continue on though. Group 2, I believe it was your turn. Tala, go ahead.
Geography and dates for 200.
Geography and dates for 200. What country is famous for celebrating Cinco de Mayo? Tani.
Mexico.
Mexico. Awesome. Woohoo. Woohoo. Nice job. We're going to go to Talia. You guys are going to be short of members since they went to the restroom. Talia, can you go ahead and pick a
Which one?
category?
Comprehension.
Comprehension?
200.
Comprehension 200. What city did the Cinco de Mayo battle take place? I need a paragraph and sentence number.
Okay, hold on.
What city? So you can go ahead and
You know
look in here.
2 paragraph.
Oh, right here, look it. It's paragraph 2, sentence 1. Read that.
All right, paragraph 2, sentence 1. Go ahead and read it, please.
This one, start with that. About 4,000
Mexican soldiers fight a much larger French army at
Puebla,
Mexico on the morning of May 5th, 1862.
Good. At the morning of May 5th, 1862. Great job. You guys get those points. And let's go to the sinkers.
Vocab 100.
Vocabulary 100. Happening once a year.
What's your word?
Tani, you want to try to take a stab at it?
What's your word?
My word? Annual.
Good.
Yay!
Yes, annual. All right, Blue Dolphins.
Geography and dates.
100.
Geography and dates 100. What state did the article mention as having a strong Mexican heritage?
Okay, look at this. Read the first sentence.
Because Texas was once a part of Mexico, it had.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, start over.
Because Texas was once a part of Mexico, it has a strong Mexican
Heritage. Thank you. Tani, make sure when someone's talking, we listen. Good job. Yes, you are correct. And last but not least, the sinkers, comprehension 100. When is Cinco de Mayo celebrated?
5th of May.
The 5th of May. Great job.
Yay!
All right, and it looks like we are done. And you guys have 2100 to 2100. It looks like we're on a tie. So today, your exit tickets today are to answer your essential question number 1 and 2 in a sentence and 2 full sentences. And then you can go ahead and go to recess. So you just have to put number 1. You don't have to write the question. You just have to write Cinco de Mayo is important to Mexico's culture because. Or number 2. Why does Texas have a long Mexican heritage? You can put
Pencil's broken.
Mexico has a long Mexican heritage because.
Hi, took my pencil.
And I will collect your tickets. And as soon as you're done, I'll collect it by the door and you can go to recess.
Where's the chocolate?
Chocolate's when we get back, right before we go home.
Oh, okay.
All right, so you can turn it in on your way out as your exit ticket for today.
Okay.
Okay.
Awesome.
right,
I'll
thank
take
you.
it. Have fun at recess.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, this is fine.
Are you done with yours, Tani? Awesome job. Go ahead. Have fun at recess.
Okay.
All right. Have fun at recess. Thank you. Awesome. Leilani, thank you. You can have fun at recess. And Tala, have fun at recess. Thank you for your exit tickets.
I got her this.